Welcome to the all-new Sports Visions on Bounce TV and to our worldwide web viewers on www.sportsvisionsusa.com. Hello, everybody. I'm DJ Jones alongside my good friend and traveling partner, Dale Williams. How are you, sir?
What's up, DJ?
Man, I am fantastic, and I hope you're ready to get on the road because between the Masters, opening day for Major League Baseball, and, of course, the Final Four, somebody's got to host the Final Four party.
Yeah, I mean, somebody's got to host it because we're going to be on the road doing a whole lot of things, but got to get some rest, too, man. Got to rest up, player.
Absolutely. And, of course, Sports Visions is on the road, of course, presented by our good friends at Headquarters Nissan. And if you hadn't seen our beautiful Sports Visions mobile, of course, maybe we'll show you a picture on the screen here, and you'll see exactly how we get to and fro where we're going.
Got to do it, DJ. And, again, thanks to the people at Headquarters Nissan for providing us a nice vehicle to go on the road with Sports Vision. And, hey, we're going to do it, player.
All right, coming up in just a little bit, man. Like we said, we're going to talk about the Final Four, of course, but we're taking this show before the actual games were played. However, we're going to talk some good stuff about all four teams because, you know what, everybody's brackets, other than North Carolina, it's pretty messed up.
Pretty messed up, DJ, but really when you look at the Final Four teams that are left in the NCAA, they're still a pretty good team, ones and twos.
Absolutely. And again, like I was saying before, a lot going on with the Masters coming up in Augusta. We have an opportunity to talk a little bit about that as well. All that and more coming up next on Sports Visions.
Selection now, saving now, value now. Columbus is Nissan Town, and the Nissan Now sales event is on now. Now, save $5,000 on a new Altima. That's right. Now, drive a new Altima, an IIHS top safety pick with $5,000 in savings. The best time to buy is right now.
Nissan Now sales event. Don't miss it. We'll see you soon. Headquarters Nissan.
Welcome back to Sports Visions. I tell you what, as a college basketball fan, this is the best time of year. Of course, the NCAA tournament has dwindled down to the Final Four and down to the championship game. And, going into this thing, let's talk about going out to Houston where these teams have played well. I know that there have been a lot of disappointments. And the bottom line is the teams that are there are the teams that deserve to be there. And looking for an extraordinary championship game.
DJ, it was a lot of upsets, but there is a Cinderella, again, like we already knew. But Lynn, when you look at the Final Four teams that are left, they're ones and twos. So really, it's not really a big surprise that you see Oklahoma in there. You see North Carolina. You see Villanova. I think really the other surprise is basically Syracuse, because they almost didn't even make the tournament, DJ.
You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right.
So I think really everything is kind of about like it needs to be. But, hats off to, Jim Boeheim, man, getting Syracuse in there.
Yeah, but you know what? The thing about it is that, you got all of these things hanging over that program, and if they go in there and win the championship,
Watch out,
I don't know, these sanctions that could come down, it could be embarrassing.
It could be embarrassing, and really the flip side of that, even the Syracuse girls are in. So really, if all these sanctions come down, man, that's going to be an ugly look.
It is.
But I think really the team of the year and really the team that everybody's been watching, I think that Oklahoma piece is going to be big. Again, anytime you can get Roy Williams and North Carolina in the mix, North Carolina historically, traditionally, always get into the Final Four and the Sweet 16s and do well. But it's going to be an interesting Final Four, DJ, and really we'll have a well-deserved national champion.
Several great players made it to the Final Four, but the one that really stands out in my mind, and I've been following him all year long because he's just had a brilliant year, and that's Buddy Hield from Oklahoma. Ken, this guy's a 6'4" guy, a wing guy, a two-guard, if you will, but, he plays so hard, and he hit, he has an outside shot. He can penetrate and take you to the basket, and he has lift, explosion. So, he's been a joy to watch.
He's been a joy to watch, DJ, and really he has a range so similar to, I hate to even say, the Steph Curry piece, but he doesn't mind shooting behind that three-point line, DJ, and then he can drive on you. But I think really Oklahoma is a well-rounded, well-athletic team, and really if they can sneak past Villanova, that's going to be a good matchup. But I think they can because they got the athletes and they get the ball up and down the court. And they play good man-to-man defense. I
know we're earlier in the weekend before the actual game, but I'm going to go ahead and call it. I think Oklahoma and North Carolina are going to be in the championship game on Monday night.
I think I like to say the same thing. I think they've met once again in a tournament before the season actually really started. Oklahoma and North Carolina did, and I'm thinking that Oklahoma beat them. But I think right now, Roy Williams got North Carolina playing at the top level as they can play. But Oklahoma, again, full of athletes, get the ball up and down the court, real in a hurry. But I think really if it's going to be an upset somewhere, it's going to be Jim Boeheim upset North Carolina. Because Boeheim, he sticks to his guns. He does the same thing, 3-2 zone. Who plays a 3-2 zone now, DJ? Nobody but Syracuse, but they're effective.
Let's talk a little bit about the women's tournament. Of course, we talk about the great coaches. None are any greater than Gino Auriemma. Of course, he has more championships, national championships, than all the coaches combined on the men's side. However, it's been some controversy this week. I know that, one of the great sports writers up in the New England area with the Boston Globe made a statement that he felt that UConn's women's program was so dominant that it's hurting the game. And I beg to differ because, again, as Gino Yamayara said, Tiger Woods, when he was winning all the majors, he made everybody step their game up. The game became more interesting, more players start to play, but more importantly, more people start putting in work. So if you want to beat the champ, you want to beat the champ, you got to beat the champ.
That's right, man. You got to do that. And really, the Connecticut has been so dominant. I mean, 9 Final Four appearances, 18 NCAA appearances, and Gino's been there for every one of them. I mean, really, when you start talking about the only comparison that I can compare UConn's women basketball team to is back in the 70 days with John Wooden and the UCLA team. I mean, for 88 consecutive games winning. I mean, these girls, they ball. And like Gino said, beat us. You got girls want to come to UConn because they're so good. I don't think nobody's jealous of UConn. It's just like amazed about, man, these girls still playing good. But Gino has his girls ready to play every year, always get the top recruits out of the country. Hey, give the man his props, man. Man, you can't help because you're good, player.
It'll be unprecedented to have opportunity to win 4 straight national championships, man. And again, that speaks volumes in itself. But at the same time, I want to close this segment by saying this. When you're UConn, or of course when you're the Alabama or any team in whatever sport that's the best and that's considered the champion, you know what? You got to step your game up. You got, like I said before, if you want to compete, you got to do a better job recruiting. You got to do a better job of coaching. You got to do a better job of creating that interest and that excitement for your alumni. Again, if you want to do that, you just got to win.
Just got to win. Just win. You got kids from all. Everybody is recruiting nationally now. Even out west. You look at what you got. You got Washington. You got Washington State, and then you got what's the other team out west? Oregon State. With the girls, I mean, they're playing ball out west. They're playing ball all over the country, and they are recruiting from all over the country. So the parity piece is big. Nobody really dominates but UConn when you come to women. But when you start talking about the men and their whole system, nobody's really dominating college basketball.
All right. Coming up in just a little bit, we'll talk about Major League Baseball. Opening day is right here.
Sports Vision is sponsored by Aflac, Crown Royal, Express Motors, Diverse Powers.
Truth be truth, the will to win will win. So intimidate your darkest fear. Revive every forgotten fantasy. Set goals you can never reach, then reach them. Count cards to fight fate stack deck. And if you want to win as much as you want to live, you're ready to reign on.
Come into Chester's Barbecue for our world-famous mouth-watering ribs, smoked fresh on our grill daily. Or try one of our barbecue pork plates with fresh sides. Chester's has delicious sandwich combos to choose from that are sure to please. We also serve tempting home-cooked favorites. And don't forget to take home your own bottle of great sauce. Chester's Barbecue, serving the best food at the best price. 3 locations to serve you.
A smile is the most admirable thing you can wear. And for anyone age 1 to 101, Cook Dental Care has a smile for you. Dr. Kathy L. Cook offers a wide range of individualized, innovative services from basic preventative dentistry to specialized care. We provide comprehensive dental care for the entire family, including pediatric. Insurance, financing, walk-ins, and new patients are always welcome. So for your family's dental care, visit Cook Dental Care.
Welcome back to Sports Visions. Opening day is upon us in Major League Baseball, and I know, Dale, that we hadn't been really excited. Of course, the home team, Atlanta Braves, finished dead last in spring training, made a lot of moves, building a big stadium on the north side of town, and got people really flustered right now. But you know what? I do want to say this, coming off of the 2015 campaign, the Kansas City Royals winning the World Series, there's a lot of great teams this year that will be vying for that championship.
Well, it's going to be some great teams out there, DJ. The Kansas City Royals, World Series champions from last year, but really it was some great baseball played last year, and really it's some good teams that faltered at the end that people thought would win the World Series, but it's going to be a good year, and I think really for the Braves, all the transitioning that the Braves are doing, this is their last year on Turner Field. They got a new stadium going up in the middle of Cobb County, so that I think they're more excited about that, but I think Freddie Gonzalez is going to be pleased with the players that he does have, and he's bringing out of the Grapefruit League.
A lot of young players, and I know in fact, we mentioned this several weeks back that Gary Ingram, of course, a good friend of ours, a good friend of Sports Visions, a local Columbus High School former star and, of course, a former Major League Baseball player with the Los Angeles Dodgers. He's a hitting instructor with the Braves, and, of course, he was up in the AAA level last year, but this year he's going to be on the AA level. But he was called in early because there are so many young players in spring training, and that's going to be a part of this roster, that coaching AA and AAA, he was very familiar with.
But, I mean, that's great, to have a familiar coach that you brought these kids up, because one thing I can say about the Atlanta Braves, they keep a good farm system. They got young players. They got great potential in the minor league team. So bringing Gary up to coach some of the kids that he brought up in his system whether he was in Mississippi or where he's in Atlanta. So I think he's going to do well in that state. And then, you got Andrew Jones and Chipper Jones, these the all-time best Atlanta Braves that you could possibly ask for to coach some of your kids that are young. I think that was a good move. But the Braves got good players, DJ. We just don't know all their names yet, but you guarantee it, they're going to have a good competitive team because they're going to have to compete with the Washington Nationals again.
Well, one thing about it is that they're building that new stadium up in Cobb County, and I know that from the ownership all the way down to the players, all the way down to the clubbies, the guys that work the clubhouse, they know that they have a year to get it together because, again, that move is a very expensive move. It was a move that was given with great respect to the fact of committing to the baseball team, the Atlanta Braves, and the city of Atlanta, the fans of the Atlanta Braves. So I'm sure, and again, according to the tradition, on everything we know, the Braves have made some great decisions in the past.
Well, they've made some great decisions in the past, and they had a fire sale last year, getting rid of all the good players. They were great players, but they had big contracts. Saving all that money, getting all that money, and I think they got a pass this year, DJ. But when they roll into the new stadium, the SunTrust Field up in Cobb County, I think really they're going to be ready to play. I don't think they would venture into that free agency piece again because their free agency piece really got them in trouble. I think they're going to take advantage of their great farm system.
One of the names that we're counting on is starting pitcher Julio Teheran, and again, he has had a brilliant career, and again, I know that they're going to be counting on him, but he's going to have to have some more help from those young arms.
He's going to have some more help from those young arms, and maybe, the Braves usually come up with 2 or 3 kids like, where you get this kid? So they got some diamonds in the rough, and they got some players that people just don't know their names yet. They're going to have a good bullpen. But like I said, I think they get a pass this year, DJ. But by the time they go in SunTrust Field, they'll be ready.
Some other interesting intriguing storylines with regards to spring training and opening day to start off the Major League Baseball season. We know that the San Francisco Giants have won 4 championships in the last 7 years. And again, you talk about dominance.
Right.
And again, that's one of those nemesis for the Braves.
Always been a nemesis for the Braves. You start talking about the Giants, you start talking about even the Mets came up last year. The Washington Nationals, they have under-delivered. Everybody's been picking them, and they've been so good, but they have not made it to a World Series yet, DJ. So really, stranger things can happen, but I think being in that the Major League, National League East has been good for the Braves because it's a competitive league. And then you start talking about the Dodgers. The Dodgers got probably the most expensive payroll in baseball, but they still hadn't made it to the World Series yet. So got a lot of storylines coming out in that baseball piece. But like you said, look out for the Giants. Kansas City Royals, can they defend their World Series championship? And you always got to talk about the Yankees player.
Absolutely. All right, we'll take a short break. This is Sports Visions.
Hi, I'm Philip Davitt with ENS Men's Clothing Warehouse. We'd like to say thank you, Columbus and the Bi-City area, for 20 great years on Macon Road in the heart of Columbus. We're inviting you out to our 20th anniversary sale with bigger savings and deals than ever before.
To help show our appreciation, ENS is offering complete suit and tux packages only $99. Jackets, pants, shirts, and ties, a $199 value for just $99. Find us on Facebook for details on how to win a suit or tux package. Come celebrate our 20th anniversary. ENS, where you get more for a whole lot less.
If you're looking for a quality pre-owned vehicle, come see us at Express Motors, 1210 14th Street, Phoenix City, Alabama. Or give us a call, 334-384-9101, with hundreds of vehicles to choose from. In-house financing, the right vehicle at the right price for you. We don't want all your business, just yours. Come see us, 1210 14th Street, Phoenix City, Alabama, or go online, www.expressmotorspc.com.
Departure, arrival, search, post, chat, check-in. New foods, new fun, new favorites. All right, new clients. Don't stop there. Explore, discover, connect, grow, celebrate, work, live, play. Breathe. At Hilton Garden Inn, we know you'll love our cook-to-order breakfast, first-rate amenities, and award-winning service. So count on us to give you all the ways to make the most of every stay. Hilton Garden Inn. It's better at the Garden.
Welcome back to Sports Visions. Earlier in the week, of course, we had an opportunity to have one of the finest high school football academies come and share with our local student athletes, football players. I Dare You, Glenn Ford, CEO and founder of I Dare You, brought his staff down to Memorial Stadium and gave a free clinic. And I tell you, we had the opportunity to go down there, and I was very impressed with the techniques and the fundamentals that the staff was teaching our kids.
I mean, really, I was very impressed, DJ, for the same reason, the fundamental piece, but really the work ethic and all the things that kids don't do off season that really need to do to get better. And I think really anybody who enrolls in this I Dare You camp, I guarantee you they're going to be able to get a scholarship in school, and they're going to become much better in the same year, guaranteed.
Again, we want to explain to you that I Dare You Academy is not a camp or a clinic. It is an academy. And again, this is something that's going to go year-round. What happened on Saturday, Glenn Ford wanted to give the kids a sample of what it would be like. But they would be coming down working anywhere from 2 to 3 days a week all year round with these young men. And again, that's the difference. I mean, this won't be just something that comes up. And I know all summer long you'll see a camp. I know Isaiah Crowell has a camp coming up in the first week or so of June. I'll be sure to give you more information on that. But you have all of these camps there in Auburn, Georgia, one-day camps, 3-day camps. And this is just during the summer. But the I Dare You Academy is almost like a personal training for football players at all positions. And it goes on, and it gives you an opportunity to work on your skills 2 to 3 days a week if you're a part of this academy.
I mean, DJ, and it's well-needed parents. I'm talking to the parents out there because the parents going to make it happen. But for your kid to become a good football player and develop into what you really want him to be and go D1 or wherever school he wants to go to, you got to have this. We've been talking about this for the last 3 years. Personalized training. You got to have, the coach can't do everything, but even when the summertime, when you do your summer workout and you run in the morning and all these things, you still need some time to work on your skill spot. If you're a DB, you need to work on breaking on the ball, playing 7-on-7. If you're a receiver, a quarterback, you got to throw the ball all day. Don't just call it in when you get through working out in the morning. You got to push yourself, and I'm telling you, the I Dare You program is one for me. And like I said, DJ, I have my regrets on there, but at the same time, for what I saw, any kid that works out 3 times a week in a program like this, he's got to get better.
What stood out right off the bat was the attention to detail, technique, fundamental, not just running around, not just throwing, not just backpedaling, not just running routes. Again, understanding how to do it properly, slowing it down, having it explained to you unlike no other. And again, hats off to the great job that the staff of I Dare You did. And again, for you parents, you baseball parents, again, summer ball, and you got your kids playing all year round, and you got, your hitting instructors, and you got all of the personal things that your kid can go to the cage all year round. And for you basketball parents, AAU and playing out of season, I mean, it's no secret that, this is needed. I'm not saying that I Dare You Academy is similar to AAU or summer ball, baseball, But this is something that working on your techniques. And again, a couple of days a week, for 90 minutes, you know what? That's not asking a whole lot if you are serious about playing football.
Like you just said, you hit on, DJ, it's all sports are year-round now. And one thing about the summer, champions are made in the summer. You tell me and show me the kid that works the hardest, he's going to get something out of that work, that hard work. So you got to work during the summer, whether it is, you take a template from baseball, travel ball. The same way with football. You got to work out year-round to get better. It's no accidents that kids they just stumble along and say, oh, they're good. They work at it. And you've got to have a work ethic. Whatever sports you're doing, you got to have a work ethic. But I think this I Dare You piece, it's a home run play.
Got a question for you. What happened? I mean, back in the day when we were playing, it was unheard of for us not to play several sports. I know I played football, baseball, basketball, track. You played football, baseball.
Yeah.
Of course, it was no situation where, one sport, and that's all you did. For all 4 years. It was just, but again, the athletes, I guess, just like we talk about mentally, the culture has changed.
The culture has changed, and one of the things that jumps out at me, even raising my son and daughter, it's just so much to do now. When we didn't have anything to do much, but we're 9:30, 10 o'clock, even in the summer, we were playing some ball somewhere. We were throwing the ball, catching the ball. We were doing something. It's some things you got to focus on if you really want to be good at it. But nowadays, you got cell phones, you got video games, you got everything. It's even hard to even get a kid, DJ, to sit down and watch a game on TV. So, it's just so much to do for those kids. That's their excuse. But, we're old school, so I think the only way you get better, you got to work at it and you got to play.
In closing out this segment, I do want to put a disclaimer on I Dare You and their staff coming into this community. I know you coaches, you're like Papa Bears, and you don't want anybody to really coach your kids and this kind of thing. But trust me, these guys don't want to coach your kids. They don't want to get your kids to transfer to their schools. Many of these staffers are out of Atlanta, and of course, but the bottom line is this. In order for your team, in order for your players to get better, I promise you, if you give them an opportunity, now don't let it conflict with whatever you have. Now, if you do have an off-season program going on, I respect that. But if you don't, I think that you should join forces and collaborate with I Dare You and encourage your kids, encourage your parents to send their kids to get this specialized training.
I think, ditto to that, man, because really the biggest thing, what this I Dare You program will do for you, it will enhance what the coaches are already doing. And really without a budget, and you don't have coaches helping, that supplement piece in the summer, you need some help. You need somebody else to help your players to get better, because that one coach or that two coaches or the strength coach that you probably can't afford, the I Dare You program will do that for you. So let this thing enhance what you're already doing out there, coaches.
We'll have more information coming up real soon on how you can get enrolled and join up to be a part of I Dare You Academy.
Someone's sandbagging.
I'd be tired too. He paid my claim in 1 day when I got hurt.
1 day? Serious hustle.
Serious duck.
In just 1 day, we process, approve, and pay. 1 day pay, only from Aflac.
Scott Sawyer with Diverse Power. Diverse Power wants our customers to enjoy all the benefits that reliable, consistent electric service provides. Our BPI certified technicians offer duct blaster testing of your HVAC ductwork to locate leaks. We also offer a full blower door examination that will qualify homeowners and home builders to meet the new Energy Code building standards. At Diverse Power, we offer innovation through vision, quality through service.
Come into Chester's Barbecue for our world-famous mouth-watering ribs, smoked fresh on our grill daily. Or try one of our barbecue pork plates with fresh sides. Chester's has delicious sandwich combos to choose from that are sure to please. We also serve tempting home-cooked favorites. And don't forget to take home your own bottle of great sauce. Chester's Barbecue, serving the best food at the best price, with 3 locations to serve you.
Sports Vision is sponsored by Aflac, Crown Royal, Express Motors, Diverse Powers.
And welcome back to today's final segment of Sports Vision Deal, with everything going on from the you know, the Final Four in the championship game, and of course, opening day of Major League Baseball. The Masters is right here. Of course, you know, officially the festivities start on Monday, but
That's right.
play begins on Thursday.
I mean, really, the Masters, the most beautiful golf course in the world that you'll see. And really, again, CBS puts all their money into this thing. The Masters, I mean, really, it is the Masters. That's what it is. And at the same time, you know, I'm going to go ahead and put my 2 picks out there, DJ.
Go ahead.
Jordan Spieth and the Bulldog himself, Bubba Watson.
Hey.
I'm going with one of those two, or I might even let your boy Calvin Pete.
You know what, though? It's just not the same, and I know golf has to move on, but Tiger Woods, you know, whatever he's doing, whether he's retired because of injuries or whether he comes back, you know what, I can remember sitting and watching every match. Not just the Masters. Of course, the Masters was special.
Yeah.
But Tiger Woods is surely missed and surely needed.
Yeah, I mean, really, DJ, and we won't spin on this, but, you know, since Tiger Woods been out, the last 2-3 years, you know, really that minority piece and more black people golfing, that's kind of like, hey, there's no reason. So hurry back, Tiger, so the brothers can start back playing golf. Man.
Also, we definitely want to give a shout-out to the Kendrick Cherokees baseball team. You know, during the fall when all the upsurge of some of the teams, the Spencers, the Georges, the Columbus Highs, the teams who had traditionally, back when we were younger, they were good teams but had fallen by the wayside. Hey, Kendrick's baseball team back when we were younger and when we were in high school, you know, they had a name, they had a tradition, and guess what? They are almost not that far away from making it to the playoffs for the first time in a long time.
You know, that's been a long time, but at the same time, Kendrick has always had a good baseball program. I know when I was back playing baseball, I mean, Kendrick had a squad. They always had a squad. And to have those athletic kids on that side of town, they can play baseball. Baseball is a hard sport to play and a hard sport to kind of supply. But at the same time, you know, the Major League Baseball people, they were worried about black kids being involved in baseball and the RBI program and things of that nature. But at the same time, it's some kids around in the black neighborhood that are really playing baseball.
That's right. And of course, when you talk about baseball, we mentioned spring training. Good luck to all the teams, especially our Atlanta Braves. You got to say a prayer for our Atlanta Braves to make sure that they have a respectable season because, you know, they got a big, tough task coming up to hold up moving into the new stadium after next year.
I think they got a big task, DJ, but at the same time, I've always trusted in the Braves farm system. Bobby Cox is still in the boardroom making some plays. They're recruiting great players. They're drafting good players. I think really the Braves gave away enough players. Now you got to see what you got. And I think really they get a pass this year, but they'll be ready next year.
All right. Well, that's going to do it for all the time we have for today's show. For Dale Williams, I'm DJ Jones, reminding you to keep your eye on the ball. Have a great week.
Matthew 6:33, seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things will be added unto you.